Hi, it's CHaRLi again. Okay, so today's meditation is over at Serenity's Nest here on St. Croix, and a beautiful place, beautiful wind today, the perfect wind, kissing the chimes, the wind chimes. So thank you for taking the time out and joining us today. So, as for meditation, we're going to close our eyes and sit in an upright position if you can. And make sure that your feet are firmly to the ground and your palms are facing upward. The energy does change when the palms are facing downward. You can just play with that for a quick sec. See what it feels like to have your palm down, and then see what it feels like to have your palms facing upward. And you're just going to notice your breath. Notice how your breath feels coming into your body. And notice what your breath feels like going out of your body. So you're breathing in and breathing out. If you remember when you turned on today, you saw the Yin Yang symbol. And again, that's just a symbol of life for us. Where there's a positive, there's a negative. This life of duality. And yet still with the understanding that it's all the same. So again, just noticing the breath as it comes in and out of the body. And again, that's what we'll look at today, the duality of life. How yin and yang play an important role in our lives. And what's going on as far as duality in our bodies now, with what's happening in the world. So you're going to notice something. You're going to notice if you take energy and you take it through your right leg and bring it all the way up through your head, and just notice what it feels like. So you're just doing the right side of your body. So again, from the bottom of your feet, you're bringing it all the way up through your head. And the right side is our power side, the masculine side of our body. And now we'll go to the left side of our body. So again, you're bringing the energy in through the bottom of your feet, all the way up through the left side of your body. And that's your will. And that's more the feminine side of your body. And this is in Chinese medicine. And now notice which side felt better or easier, whether it was your left side or your right side. And remember what the energy felt like on the right coming up, and remember what the energy felt like on the left. Now what you're going to do is inhale through the full body, so through both legs, coming up through the top of the head. And what you're going to notice here is, what does it feel like? Do you feel both, or are you only feeling one body? So just notice what it feels like. Your thoughts can go back and forth between left and right, yin and yang, but doing it as a whole. And we're going to just do a little cycle. So we're going to have it coming up through the top of the, up through the feet, through the body, out through the top of the head, and circling back around again to the bottom of the feet and all the way up through the top of the head and circling around again. So just do a few cycles of that. And just notice what that feels like. Notice if there's a balance or if one side is pulling a little more than the other. And why we did Yin and Yang today is to show you that it's always about perception. So if you think about what does it feel like when you're angry, just notice what your body would feel like when you're very angry. And notice the visceral response. So your visceral response would be, oh, wow, I'm sweating, my blood pressure is going up, I'm having, the veins on my head are pulsing, my nose is flaring. And that's your visceral response for being angry. So now think of your visceral response with the best orgasm you ever had. Viscerally, your body's doing the exact same thing. You just have the perception that one is good and one is bad. So this is just the reminder in your body that it's just about perception. So when you feel something bad raving in your body, like we do, we have these moments about what's going on with the world and the dis-ease that's happening in the world. How can we find balance with that? What's the other side of that? We always say everything is in divine order. And I believe that thoroughly, even though sometimes it doesn't feel like it. It feels unfair. It's not. It's always in divine order. Again, go back to the breath and notice what the breath is doing. And again, notice the spiral of energy as it comes up through the ground, through your body, and out through the top of your head, and loops back around. Now plant your feet a little more. And we're going to go through the ground. So go into the ground. It's almost like you're sinking into the ground. Go into the ground about 2 feet. So really stick your feet in there. And just notice what that sensation feels like. Is it warm? Is it cold? Just notice. What you're doing is you're connecting to the earth. So you can do it if you're in a high-rise building, you can still connect through the earth. As long as your feet are planted, just push it all the way through to the earth. The advantage we have on the island, it's easy. And as you sink your feet into the earth, you're feeling that coolness. Just notice what it feels like to connect to the earth. Remember, if earth is round, we're all connected. Because every time we walk, we're connected to the earth. So just get a sense of what it feels like to be in and one with Pachamama, our Earth Mother. Mama Gaia. She has so many names. Mother Nature. Just get a sense of what that feels like for the feet to be fully connected in her. Notice your breath, what your breath is doing as you inhale up through the body. What is it feeling like now? Did it change? Is there still the balance of yin and yang? Or do you still have one side of your body pulling more than the other side? Just notice. Notice if your exhale and inhale got deeper. Notice if it's shallower. And again, you're just notice. Are they even? Inhale as opposed to exhale. Just notice. So now we're going to switch things around slightly. So you're going to have light coming in through the top of your head. And this is a light you've always noticed, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it. You're like, oh, you know, sometimes I feel that little beam off that left shoulder or off that right shoulder. So now notice it coming straight down through the center of your head and going down through your feet into the earth. And again, this is where there is a yin-yang connection. Yin, Mother Earth, Yang, the energy that's coming in through the top of your head. So just notice what that feels like. Do you feel it wanting to pull more to the left side or pull more to the right, or is it going straight down the center fully and expanding out in the body? And again, you're going to do a few of those loops with it. So again, cycles in through the top of the head, out through the feet into Pachamama, back up, in through the top of the head, etc. So just notice what that feels like. Go back and notice your breath. Is there a change in your breath? Are you seeing any colors as you did that cycle? So notice the inhale as opposed to the exhale. And just notice what that feels like in your body. And now we're going to shift it a little more. We're going to shift it a little more, and we're going to bring the air light coming in through the top of the head and the energy coming up from the earth, and you're going to meet it in the center of your heart. So light coming in through the top of the head, light coming up from Pachamama, and meeting in the center, meeting in the heart center, and then pushing out through the world. Your energy field, we know that should be about the width of your arms, so it creates that bubble around us. So again, you're noticing that energy coming in through the top of your head, coming up from the center of the earth, and meeting in the heart center and expanding outward. Okay, on the next inhale in, bringing more light in through the top of the head and coming up from the center of the earth, meeting in the heart center and pushing out to the world. So you should be as big as the room that you're in right now, expanded. And with every inhale, the field grows a little bit bigger. So with your next inhale, you should be as big as your house and yard, as big as your neighborhood, as big as your street, as big as your town. And again, you're just noticing light coming in through the top of your head, energy coming up from the center of the earth, meeting in the heart center. That's that beautiful swirl of where yin and yang energy meets, and we're sending it out to the world. Again, creating that incredible bubble. So now it's expanded, as big as your city, as big as your island. For us, as big as the Caribbean. With the next inhale, as big as America, north and south, as big as our planet. If you can grow more, grow more. You see the moon, you see a set of planets, you see a wormhole. If you'd like, you can go through that wormhole, see what's on the other side. And in that space, now notice what your breath is doing. Notice the inhale, notice the exhale. Notice what it feels like to be in that space. Is it warm and fuzzy? Is it a cooler space? Is it a prickly space? Is it a comfortable space? And all you're doing is noticing what that space feels like. And if you can, you're going to look up and down and all around you. Just notice what the space is like. And remember this feeling. It's the feeling of yin yang running in through your body. The light coming in through the top of your head, the light coming up from the center of the earth and expanding you to the fullest. Coming out of the heart center. And from this space, this is where we send light out to everyone else on this planet. The people that are suffering, the people that are changing for the good, our world leaders, everyone in the healthcare profession who still shows up for us, to the teachers, to all the workers that still have to go out there. Again, that's the yin and yang of the planet. So from that center of our chest, we're sending them love. We're sending them joy. We're sending them light. And take a deep breath in now. And let it go. And another deep breath in. And let it out. And one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can slowly open your eyes and come back to here. Present time. So remember the energy of that space, that expanded space, and walk with it as you walk the earth in yin and yang, but finding unity and a new perception. Namaste.